Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Merry Christmas in the air. Today, na number 1 day for December 2022. Na Christmas month this idan reach. Today for inside war. Number 6 Christmas wo the chop am for inside war. Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Una welcome to this our podcast. Our daily podcast na a program where they bring Ambazonian them the truth. Na important program where they bring them important informations them. Where they bring them substantiated evidence and criticism will be based on facts. Una welcome to our daily podcast. My name na Capo Daniel. I've been the Deputy Defense Chief for the ADF, and I may be the spokesman for the Ambazonian Governing Council. Good people them for Ambazonia, from the Savannah states to the Atlantic state, from Mount Fako right down to Lake Wom. I want to salute all una and for give una revolutionary greetings. For all Ambazonian citizens them, waiting there for home and for outside, the one the way they seek for refugee status because they don't run for war, the one the way they should don't for fight for war for free Ambazonia. Una come good. As una they hear my voice today, I want me gonna know say Ambazonia it win and it win very largely. Also, now God's time is the best, as we always talk. Today, the forefront for all newspaper them for around the world now about the issue for kidnapping for ransom. Now a very big topic, because this thing for kidnapping for ransom, it already put our struggle for back. For the past 3 years, basically, we ran the fight 2 wars. One against La République du Cameroon, and one against the pressure where our population that they be under because of kidnapping for ransom. If there can be one thing where it done put our struggle for back, now the issue for kidnapping for ransom. And for the past 3 years, we done the fight them with tooth and nails. For the Ambazonia Governing Council, we done take this fight for very high level as equal to the fight against La République itself. Almost 3 years ago, the Ambazonia Governing Council it created the office of the Tsar, anti-kidnapping Tsar, where me, your humble servant, Capo Daniel, be appointed as the head for that anti-kidnapping Tsar. And they also create a squad for ground. That means they will recruit soldiers and train them very well for put them as the anti-kidnapping squad. And one of our top commander, he be come up from the unit from Tanka, they been named me as the head for that squad. The squad it will be fully armed. If all the resources the way the governing council if you don't put them for one hand, it will be the same like the one for the unit where they fight war itself. And it don't really help with for solve a lot of kidnapping for ransom. No man no day for this struggle way in over call my number for ask help for kidnapping for ransom. Would I handle cases them, the one the way would I write and record them for handle them for inside Ambazonia for with the anti-kidnapping squad. It don't pass over 200 cases that would not solve them. Very, very important. Would not help for stop kidnapping for ransom. But the issue itself now a very big debate. From the beginning, will be won almost 4 years ago. That way the IG be bring these things, say they call and say county by county when they be introduce them. They start becoming the first soldier. They say me all man fight for a place. They start becoming the act soldier. They say me they raise money through identify people then for hold them, seize them. Who will bring all this information for Ambazonia. They will tell them say it could lead for kidnapping for ransom. Because before the ADF, they will open their door for start work for Ambazonia. They be done make all research. It be sure say soldier them. If they don't get command and control, if they be isolated, they could tend for kidnapping for ransom because soldier must chop no matter what it happen. So one are due to wounded, to one be wounded, so one are just abuse of power. So all these things that will be done factor for inside the ADF. But when the IGB jump for self-defense, very little research be done. So Manfi talks if it be a two issue, if it be an issue of incompetence, if it be an issue of deliberate, man if you already know the reason, but the effect be out there for so. The IG for in particular, it can be very strong for campaign, say the ADF na they kidnap for ransom. Soldier them for ground and thief people them too for ground, they be take advantage. We will see say even criminal gangs them when they do one do kidnapping, they use the name for ADF. But that one will be unusual because they use the name for Ambazonia, Amber Boys also in general. But the speaker them, the official them for IG, they don't particularly begin to attack the ADF. They be talking that we the kidnap. Each time one bring out the tax policy, they talk say no na kidnapping. Front, even when cases they come up, would always be a victim for the accusation of kidnapping. The Ambazonian Governing Council be done define where to be kidnapping. Say kidnapping, I say you go catch man, where the man never do you anything just because you want to take money for that man because you get power, you get gun. So that one would be our definition, and we don't talk say any soldier where he do kidnapping, that soldier it work na for La Republic because say that work it help na La Republic no be Ambazonia. We be done take a policy. Say kidnapping for ransom, it be worse than blackleg. That means say you don't do a very big crime if you carry out this kidnapping for ransom. But today, the newspaper that they talk about kidnapping for ransom, as American government, they don't catch 3 people the way they work for IG. Then put them for prison, say they be do kidnapping for ransom. Then also collect money for Ambazonia and the way they for United States. That means say according to the document they will read them where they put them for court. These 3 individuals them where they do work for Sako and also they do work for Chris Anu, IG, the one they come up from Gokitunja, they be identify people them, send Ambazonia so that me then go hold them, then ask the people their family, say me then give them money. The thing where you make and then catch them now because say some people them where they be take money for them now one the way they stay to for America. So if for inside America their law, now why the way they don't catch them for inside America. We also don't read according to the document them. It shows say the house for Chris Anu, he also the police them, America, the FBI, the way they investigate and come for they can charge them. They also carry away computer them and he telephone them for go look at the evidence for thing where they define them. We also down here for say Eric Tato also, the American FBI, then come for their house, they read them, then search their house them, then carry computer them and telephone them go and for go look evidence for which way it happened. According to our inside person, it shows say these 2 houses where the session may be in connection with the case the way that I already put them for court. But we feel also notice them say the document them where they put them for court, so amount of money where they mention them, it almost be similar to the amount of money where it be mentioned that way they be catch Chris Anu's sister. This one, according to lawyer, then when they be go meet up his sister, La Republic du Cameroon, their military, they be talking, they be discover some bank account, then way it will be registered for Chris Anu family member. You know, be get Chris Anu name, but those account they be receive money them from people the way them kidnap them for ground by the restoration forces. Restoration forces now the forces them for the IG. These now the things they will know them as fact. Yes, Cameroon TV station them they ran broadcast news about this issue also for confirm about these happenings. One of that news, maybe I play and we're gonna hear the excerpt.
The newspapers are focusing on the Anglophone crisis as well as the World Cup in Qatar that is ongoing. We shall look at those major headlines that the newspapers are focusing on this morning. Talking about the Anglophone crisis, Chris Anu, the self-styled secretary of Cameroon, has been uncovered. Several bank accounts and transactions that he's been carrying out, as per what the newspapers are telling us this morning, have been uncovered. Over 150 million francs CFA paid to him as ransom, as per the instruction he handed to individuals on the ground to kidnap people for ransom. This morning, some newspapers went investigating.
So even though we no get physical confirmation for these documents where Cameroon did they talk, we know say what journal wa Ambazonian lawyer them they be done come encounter this information, and the number they be different because the number where they be catch Cristiano his sister, they be talk about physical catch, and they be talk about account them money for where they be season for bank account them until a case could be formally filed before we know the fact. We don't reach out for Chris Anu as well. He don't confirm say his house it be raided. The reason why he talk say the Capo can search some weapon the way they've been delivered them for a house, but that one be consistent with the information for court document where they be file and American government file and for court. It also not be consistent with the information they get them for our contact way they for inside State Department for America where they try to give us a heads up about which way they go on. Nevertheless, the news about this thing not be good because it give bad image for Ambazonia. The whole world they want to attack the whole Ambazonia with this case, but we want to reassure Ambazonians and say these cases them where they commit crime, even though people then use the name for Ambazonia, it does not make it right. We don't always condemn kidnapping for ransom, not be only for condemn them publicly, privately we don't take action each time we see them where they for inside our forces and for ADF. Any soldier we kidnap for ransom, we arrest them, we make sure so we return back the money, and we make sure so we stop excesses them for our soldier them. That one will be very important. Human Rights Watch it don't quote the ADF and the Ambazonia Governing Council as the only organization will be responsive each time where these cases then come out and need to take measure them for stop them. This one it don't also bring vindication because we don't always accuse Chris Anu and the IG say they carry out kidnapping for ransom in a positive manner. That means say when we see case where it happen for them, we show them for them saying that the things this way happen, we condemn them, but they don't always refuse to take action, but they spend all their time for the accused, the Ambazonian Governing Council, for things to them when them they do up. So today arrest not be a good news because it is spent a bad image, but at the same time we want also opportunity for we for clean house and for show the world say this thing not be done by all the factions or it not be accepted by all the factions as well. And we hope that the statements with the IG they make us say they need to support kidnapping for ransom. It means say then too they reject them as a matter of fact. Our forces them when they want take money, the only way they will be allowed for take money in a true and accountable way through our liberation tax system. This tax system to be done not just because we carry gun, not because we control territory, and for political reasons, for also exert the sovereignty for our country. The articulation for this tax system will be very important, as we know, and our citizens them for abroad. They also be encouraged for continue for support our struggle even more than before. Made them know say as La Republic they use this one for make propaganda. They never arrest this individual them because they be support the struggle. They arrest them because they take advantage for the struggle for do personal benefit and for commit crimes. So we need for walk that line and we need for move on. Cameroon government if it don't use Sili law firm for actually follow Ambazonian Governing Council member them. They don't make report for me, against me, your spokesman, against Lucas Asu, against our leader Dr. Chua Yaba, and against many of our Ambazonian defense forces people them, including Tapang Ivor. And in all those instances them, they be see and say the ADF and the Governing Council them be free, they never commit any crime, and will see continue to be regarded internationally as a reputable Ambazonian faction where they stand and in the uphold international law. So make our people then they no fear shake day. But na opportunity for we for insist the message we done the put them. No Ambazonian soldier, no get right for to go see some person hold them with power. Begin ask the person money. Even the reason I say why me the person support the struggle. No Ambazonian soldier, no get right for do and so if you do you commit a criminal activity. If anybody asks you say me you do and so that person they force you go commit a criminal activity. Ambazonian Governing Council then put forth a document and authorization for our liberation tax. The Ambazonian Governing Council get the power and legitimacy for doing so, for pass this law because we've been a properly constituted organization of Ambazonian citizens abroad and at home, where they then come together for participate, for organize themselves, for represent our interests for our country, and for exert our sovereignty. We'll get checks and balance, and being as something way if it be described as something when an individual a thing, an organization a thing, and the purpose it can be well articulated and the public it can be informed. The duties and functioning of our organization it be seen. Our forces they control territory, And the law for territorialism, it authorize them and it give them an expectation for act like a state. You know me say will be now already a government for act as such, but the international community they see us with the responsibility they see for a state. So by the virtue of our properly constituted organization that represents a state interest and the military wings that we have that controls physical territory, we have that obligation and that power and that right to put in laws and regulation within areas we control physically and dynamically. The liberation tax it be for the purpose of the liberation war to sustain it, and also for the civil duty that we carry out in our state. So it is not for ransom taking purposes. It is for funds for specific collective interests. It's not for individual interests. And there are measures put in place to make sure that the money collected does not feed individuals, but it goes to the collective. So the liberation tax we put is legitimate, is a law. Our organization is legitimate, and our people can feel free to support us as they wish openly. The issues have been examined by countries that host members of our officials and have been found in line with international law. The American government that reiterated it support the right of self-determination for all people, including Ambazonia. Their former ambassador didn't make the statement. Their former Undersecretary of State didn't make such statement, even for Cameroon territory, that the Americans who are Ambazonians are free to support the self-determination of their country in any means that matters. And those means should be within the legal framework of America as well. So, fellow Ambazonians, today we will also decry the fallen into glory of two ADF top commanders who will be lose them on Sunday for inside Bamenda, and one commander No Mercy, where he done the safe way for a long time. He done abandon his family for fight for our freedom. He will die in a confrontation with the Cameroon military in an ambush, and we'll go to Saloti today for pay homage for ye and for tell say we'll continue that journey onto freedom he can reach. The other soldier also way 4. Now soldier way will be transferred from Baba for an operation. Me come for Bamenda E2 E4 for that mission. He seems he be very classified. We'll not go say put out the information, but we'll want for pay tribute for 2 of our fallen hero for Bamenda, where they fight under the Ambazonian Defense Forces for free our homeland. Commander No Mercy, we pay tribute for you. We thank you for your service. We as a nation, we will ever pay back this debt. We will owe you for the rest of our life and for generations to come, including our comrade for Baba. And we take this opportunity to extend the same tributes to all fallen heroes of Ambazonia. God bless you now. Capo Daniel, signing out.